What's up guys, I guess it's time for your weekly dose of urban news. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and as always a massive thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters and everyone else who keeps this going. Network Rail has released new images for the redesigned Liverpool Street station project in London. This revised version follows the termination of their previous agreement with architects Herzog and de Meuron. A local NGO, Historic England, had criticized the earlier proposal as overly large and insensitive regarding the office tower planned directly above the Great Eastern Hotel. So the new plans, developed through consultations between Network Rail Property, Historic England and local communities, promise a more thoughtful approach to redevelopment. Instead of building above the lobby, commercial development now will be located behind the Great Eastern Hotel. The building's height and size have been reduced with a stepped roof design that preserves views of St. Paul's Cathedral. The new design reaches a maximum height of 97 meters, down from the previous 108, which is still quite a lot for me. A new street entrance through Hope Square features Victorian-style arches that aims to complement other major historic stations in the UK and abroad. However, the Victorian Society, which has opposed all previous versions of the plan, announced that they will evaluate and respond to the application once it appears on the planning portal. In Mexico City, they built the super narrow office tower Ferrocarril de Cuernavaca 780, one side of which is only 4 meters wide. This small piece of land, squeezed between a one-way street and a railway track leading to a local bread factory, was hardly a convenient location for new construction. But in the end, a 13-story tower designed by the architecture firm Hema was built on it, which looks like someone cut out a piece of Miss Wonderworld skyscraper and landed it in the Nuevo Polanco district of Mexico City. The tracks have been out of use for several months now after years of complaints from residents about noise, but the architects still provided thick soundproof glass on the side of the tracks so that if the trains resume, it won't be a problem for the building's tenants. Another limitation of the site was the underground pipes of the Pemex oil company, and the architects turned the area above them into a small public space so that the pipes can be accessed if necessary. A cafe opened on the ground floor of the building, and the surrounding area smoothly flows into Linear Park Cuernavaca, a 2.8-mile-long landscape park in the Highland style that stretches along the rail tracks. By the way, this project developed in 2017 and seems to be worth a separate video. An underground parking garage for 126 cars was built under the building, which, because of its narrowness, is 36 meters deep. And due to the same reason, it was impossible to arrange a ramp, so this garage uses a robotic car loading system. Well, it's not very sustainable, but at the time of planning, Mexico City had quite a strict requirements for the number of parking spaces, and the building had to meet them. Due to various difficulties, the project lasted for 8 years and its function changed somewhat in the process. Initially, it was planned to be used as an office center, but later the decision was changed, adapting the space for various commercial purposes, including doctors' offices and training studios. In the end, according to the architects, this change was better for the neighborhood because the offices would have been empty after a certain hour, but now the building has more life. Bradford West Gwillimbury in Ontario, Canada is implementing a new on-demand transportation system in partnership with Argo. It will allow residents to book door-to-door rides at a standard fare using technology which dynamically adds stops based on passenger demand. Once a passenger has booked a ride, the system will match passengers traveling at the same direction to one shared vehicle. The new service will be rolled out gradually, replacing existing fixed bus routes in the coming months using a small Ergo X1 electric buses built by the Turkish company Karsan. And the municipality expects that new on-demand service will provide residents with easier access to work, education and healthcare, as well as increase overall accessibility to support the elderly, people with disabilities and low-income residents. It will be interesting to watch what comes out of this, but so far I have a feeling that it's not gonna end well, cause so far it looks more like a dismantling of urban public transportation wrapped in a fancy smart packaging. The Turkish state-owned manufacturer Turasash has unveiled the country's first domestically produced commuter train at its factory in Sakarya. The train will be used on the Gaziantep commuter rail system in the city of Gaziantep. Each of the 8 train sets consists of 4 cars designed to carry 206 seated passengers and reach a maximum speed of 120 km per hour. The Gaziantep project itself is a 25-km-long commuter rail line which was launched in 2022 as a joint effort between Turkish State Railways and the city municipality, becoming the country's 4th such system after Istanbul, Ankara and Izmir. Meanwhile, the government of the island of Tenerife has announced plans to build a light rail connection between the city of Santa Cruz de Tenerife and Tenerife Norte Airport. The project includes 3.1 kilometers of new tracks with 6 stops, and the line is expected to be operational by 2030. Construction will be funded with support from the European Union and the central government of Spain. Vietnam plans to begin construction of a high-speed railway in 2026. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has instructed the Ministry of Construction to accelerate procedures to launch construction of the North-South high-speed railway by the end of next year. The 1,541-kilometer route will stretch from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, passing through 20 localities and designed for speeds up to 350 kilometers per hour. The total cost of the project is estimated at $67 billion. Chilean capital Santiago is continuing implementation of the country's first cable car system designed to function as a form of public transport. The $80 million project will connect the communes of Providencia and Huechuraba, which are separated by a river and hills. And recently, city and government representatives unveiled the first passenger cabin, which will be the part of the new system. The total length of the cable car line will be around 3.4 kilometers, and the journey will take just 13 minutes, which is much faster than the current 45 minutes, and I guess this is taking into account traffic jams. The cabins are being manufactured by the Swiss company Doppelmayr. A total of 121 cabins, each with a capacity of 10 passengers, will operate on the line, allowing for the transportation of up to 3,000 passengers per hour in each direction, or 6,000 in total. The project includes construction of 3 stations, 19 towers, and additional works such as access roads, landscaping, and electromechanical equipment. Construction is already 28% complete, and the system is scheduled to open in January 2027. And that's all the news for this time, so as usual, thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.